Well, hello, welcome back to Unanimous Sports Entertainment. We're in the studio. What are we going to be talking about today? Let's talk about some NFL football, baby. Week 10 is officially in the books. It's wrapped up. Let's touch on some Thursday Night Football. Because I just want to say that Amazon, you are wasting your damn money and time on sponsoring Thursday Night Football. Lack, get the fact check. How much are they paying the NFL to take that Thursday night game?
So per year, they're paying about $1 billion to the NFL just to own the rights for Thursday Night Football.
My God, that is brutal. Get a list of Thursday night games, and I just want to fucking run through them because they've been horrible all fucking year. This week we had the Panthers against the Falcons, Mariota against Walker. Come on, it doesn't sound great. It wasn't great. Anyways, let's move on to some Sunday football. We'll touch on a few teams, touch on some players. First off, the Buffalo Bills. They took an L, overtime loss, probably one of the best games of the year. I think it was 33-30. Justin Jefferson, close to 200 yards. I want to say 10, 12 catches. Anyways, one of the best receivers, fucking most talented in history, one of them for sure already, even at his age. I don't care what you say. But will go down as one of the best ever. However, Josh Allen, 2 more interceptions, has never thrown this many interceptions in his football career. I know it's been a short football career, but I mean, they're in trouble. I want to say the Buffalo Bills are in a bit of trouble because I didn't think Josh Allen should play this week because of that elbow. It's the elbow, right? Not the shoulder?
Yeah, it's the elbow.
It's the elbow. Anyways, because of that elbow, and I mean, if this guy is not fully healthy entering the playoffs, you're going to have serious trouble. You're going to have to go up against the Chiefs if you want to fucking make it to the Super Bowl. And that's going to be a tough game if Josh Allen cannot throw the ball properly. And so, yeah, I think he should have sat fucking this past week against the Vikings. I think maybe that's a clue that maybe he's not ready to play. Maybe they should take it slow with him because they already lost their spawn in the AFC East. Miami passed him. I think the Jets passed him. I think they're third now because they're all 6-3, I want to say. Is Miami 6-3?
You have the Dolphins at 7-3.
7-3. Jets 6-3.
And then the Bills are in third now.
And then the Pats
are
fourth, are 5-4. And we could see a scenario in which every single team in the AFC East can make the playoffs because it's a different format this year. You have one more team making it from each, the NFC and the AFC, and the Pats, the Bills, and the Jets hold the 3 wild card positions right now. So that would be fucking crazy. And they all got to play each other still. So, I mean, you got time. They're going to play each other. That's going to be a competitive rest of the season. And that is why I'm saying they need Josh Allen They need Josh Allen healthy. And if you're not going to sit him, if you're not going to take time with him, it's going to be a horror story entering the playoffs. And, I mean, of course you want that bye. But what's more important? The fucking bye or your franchise QB being healthy for the playoffs and for his fucking career, If he overplays this, who knows what type of ligament damage can be fucking found there. All I'm saying is be careful, Buffalo, with Josh Allen. Anyways, let's move on. We had a game, the Monday night game. The Eagles taking on the Commanders. My brother last week, JDanks, what a bum. Made a bold take. The Eagles not losing the game the rest of the year. Going to be the first 17-0 team in the NFL. However, he was proved wrong by none other than Taylor Heinicke and the Washington Commanders. That was a good game. I enjoyed watching that game. The final fucking quarter was pretty crazy with the fucking turnovers and stuff. But Jalen Hurts, it didn't struggle. I just think it was a rough game overall. He had that interception early in the game intended for A.J. Brown. Fucking went through A.J. Brown's hands into the DB, the safety of the Commanders. It happens. I mean, listen. They're 8-1. They're still at the top of the division. However, the Giants are right there, 7-2. So be careful, Philly. Be fucking careful. Anyways, I want to compare this to, I did it last week also. I want to compare this team, the Philadelphia Eagles, to the Pittsburgh Steelers of, I want to say, 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? I think. Yeah, when they had Big Ben, they started off 8 or 9-0. And then they went on a horrible run. Played some tough competition. And they had a really rough end to the year. Made the playoffs, but really, really struggled. I want to compare it to that because who did the Pittsburgh Steelers lose to lose that 0? It was the fucking Washington football team or the Redskins. I forget if it was a Command, Anyways, But the Commanders like to fucking ruin people's perfect seasons. They did it again. And, I mean, story to watch out for. Carson Wentz is soon to be healthy. Will he take back that starting role? Because Taylor Heineken just led them to a win. I mean, I know he didn't throw a touchdown. He only threw like 230 yards or whatever. But, I mean, what an energetic guy, you know. Even at the end of the game, the guy's fucking fist bumping the air, going crazy. Just happy for the boys. Happy they brought home the win. Took away the O from the Steelers. From the Philadelphia Eagles, my bad. And yeah, so that's a storyline to watch. I want to touch on the fact that Brian Robinson is a freak, man. That guy will not go down. How many weeks? It was 7 weeks ago or whatever, where he was recovering from being shot in the leg. And this guy's fucking bulldozing through people, scoring touchdowns. Good for him. What a story. Antonio Gibson looked good. Got hurt. Rolled his ankle a bit on a tackle, on a run. Came back. Terry McLaurin looked unreal. I want to see a career game. I want to say that was a career game. Shout out to my buddy Jake, who needed Terry McLaurin to get 16 fantasy points for him to win. He fucking did that in the first 3 quarters for the first time this season. And Mr. Jake got the win. So hats out to you, buddy. Anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about the Colts beating the Raiders. You had Saturday taking over that coaching staff. We talked about last week how crazy it is that, you know, a guy with 0 coaching experience, you know, had a good career, just comes in, takes over the coaching staff when you had the OC and the DC who have been there. They didn't even get the bump up. So Saturday comes in. You know he's going to boost that confidence. You know he's going to boost the O-line. You know he's going to fucking give it to his bulk man and JT, Jonathan Taylor, who was healthy for the first time in weeks. JT had 22 carries, I think. 22 carries, just under 150 yards, scored a 60-yard touchdown. 2 catches, 20 yards. Fucking good game for JT. Safe to say he's back, and the touchdowns will come. He was fucking lacking touchdowns throughout the start of the season. I know he was hurt, but I mean, from a fantasy perspective, last week was the time to buy low on JT. If you didn't, sucks to be you. I was one of those guys that didn't. I should have, though. But the Colts, listen, I mean, I don't think they're a threat for anyone. Matt Ryan is 38 years old, and, you know, he had a crazy 37-yard run, and he looked fucking pretty good that game. But, you know, the Colts are a threat to absolutely nobody. So, yeah. Anyways, let's move on. 2 teams that me and my brother last week, we absolutely shredded and ripped on. Mostly 2 guys, okay? 2 QBs. 2 Hall of Famers. 2 of the best of all time. Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, we ripped them last week. But I just want to say that, I don't want to say they're back, but Tampa and Green Bay just got huge wins, and they look good. Tom Brady looked solid, and Aaron Rodgers looked really fucking good. Throwing 3 TDs, no interceptions. No interceptions, I think. Fact check. Anyways, but you know, Aaron Jones, a guy who I ripped last week, said he's the biggest casual in football and NFL fantasy running back history. The biggest casual. Fucking ran for 125 yards, I want to say.
138.
130.
Touchdown still.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones. Fucking 138 yards. Lack on the fucking behind the scenes. What a guy. Aaron Jones had a great week. Banged up his shin, I want to say. Questionable for next week. Should play. But, you know, what a game. The rookie, Watson, with Dubs out. Lazard didn't get many targets. I don't know why. But it was a Christian Watson show. 3 fucking touchdowns. Only 4 catches, but 3 touchdowns before the year. People were in fantasy debating taking Watson, Dubs. Who's going to be the bulk guy? It started off to be Dubs. Rodgers really liked him. Romeo. But with him being out, I mean, he's coming back soon. He should be back next week, I think. But Watson, man, could be a good play rest of the year. He's a very reliable guy. Rodgers loved him in the preseason. So watch that. That could be an interesting fantasy storyline moving forward. Rodgers and Watson. But yeah, all this to say that good for Green Bay. I'm happy for Rodgers. Came to fucking play. Got his team to win. Good team effort. The Bucks in Germany had a great game. Fournette, man, maybe losing his starting job. That boy White ran for 100 yards. Fucking had, I want to say, like 20 carries. Fact check.
Yeah, 22 for 105.
Man, he's on it. This guy's on it. 22 carries for 105. Close to 5 yards per carry. Yeah, anyway.
4.8.
4.8. Good math, JDanks. Anyways, but Chris Godwin finally scores his touchdown. Good on him. I have him in fantasy in a half PPR league. This guy's been getting 7-8 catches a game for fucking 7 yards per catch. Finally scores a touchdown over 10 yards per catch. Good to have him. Evans, 5 catches, I want to say 50 yards. Julio Jones with the touchdown, a 30-yard score. Good for him. He fucking looks weird in that number, man. I'm not used to it. Anyways, moving on to another team in the NFC where we thought they would be fucking good to start. They've been horrible, and they just lost their biggest piece, who was Super Bowl MVP last year, Cooper Kupp. High ankle sprain, carted off, is out 4 to 6 weeks. That's a huge dent to a team that's already struggling. Their chances for the playoffs basically dead right now. But it could be crazy because, I mean, listen, Stafford and Kupp had a crazy connection. Probably one of the craziest connections and chemistry we've ever seen between a QB and a receiver. We've never seen a guy like his receiver as much as Stafford has relied and liked Kupp so far in Stafford's short career in LA. Anyways, look for them to draft a QB in the draft because, it's not looking good rest of the season. And Kupp's doing this with Stafford. What if he gets a fucking young stud? And, yeah, that could be fucking something to watch out for. Anyways, it sucks to see Kupp having another career year. Is one of the best receivers in the game, hands down. One of the most reliable. Came out of nowhere. Was insane in, I want to say, his sophomore year. Not insane, but he came out of his shell in the sophomore year with Jared Goff. And then, fuck, man, did he ever break out. Ever since that year. His third year, I think, was his big breakout year. 1,000 yards, touchdown after touchdown. Fucking last year, a spectacular year. Top 5 fantasy guy. Anyways, Cooper Kupp, it sucks. I'm a huge fan. I have Cooper Kupp's number 10 jersey. No, number 18 jersey. The vintage number 18 jersey from his second year when he was with Goff. I just want to say I'm a day one Cooper Kupp fan. And everyone knows that. Everyone knows I'm a Cooper Kupp fan. Anyways, let's move on. Okay. Here it is. So last week, we had my brother come here and give a bunch of bold predictions, okay? He missed the Green Bay one. He missed the Eagles. Justin Fields he hit. Justin Fields is fucking unreal, even though they lost. They lost to the Lions with Justin Fields playing an insane game like that. Listen, from a fantasy perspective, Justin Fields is that guy the rest of the season. But from a betting standpoint, don't bet on the fucking Chicago Bears. Just don't do it. You're wasting your money. Anyways, now I just want to think. I think I won my bet. I put a $5 parlay on 5 teams. It was the Bucks. Anyways, forget it. Moving on. Who are we just talking about? Oh, right. My brother, his last bold prediction was that the 49ers do not lose another game this year. And they came out and they beat the Chargers. And that team is fucking scary. It's my squad, I'm going to be honest. They're a scary fucking team. Every time Jimmy G is playing, something good happens. He doesn't necessarily look good, but something good happens. They have one of the best coaches in the league, Kyle Shanahan. Hands down, for me, the number one guy. I just want to put that out there. They traded for Christian McCaffrey. Elijah Mitchell is back healthy, and it was a weird split yesterday, but they just have so many weapons. They have Elijah now. They have CMC. They have George Kittle, one of the most talented tight ends in the league. They've got Debo, who's a bit banged up, but it's Debo Samuel. You could use him in the run game. You could use him in the pass game. You could use him in the blocking game. And, of course, Brandon Ayuk, who, man, he's been on a tear recently. Fucking Brandon Ayuk was a high draft pick, first-round pick, wide receiver for the Niners a few years ago. Finally is doing something late in the season. And the 49ers can beat you in any way. They can beat you in any way. Nick Bosa on D. They could beat you they could beat you on defense. They could beat you by scoring a bunch of fucking points. And they could just beat you in a tight game where, they're just run all over you, and that's how they do it. And you saw it the past couple years in the playoffs. And the 49ers are a real serious threat rest of the season and entering the playoffs. Honestly, if I had to pick a team to come out of the NFC, it may have been the Eagles or the Bucks. I know the Bucks have a losing record, but it may have been one of those two teams last week. But after watching them this week and after seeing them beat the Chargers, who are a very, very solid team, there's no doubt in my mind that the San Francisco 49ers come out of the NFC. That's just my prediction. Anyways, Talked about the teams, touched up on any teams. Any other teams, Lock, you want to touch up on? Anyways, but, I mean, listen, the 49ers are legit. They're legit. But I want to ask Mr. Locke a question here. You know, he's been helping me out behind the scenes, giving me some fact checks as always. I want to ask him, and then I'll give my input, who his MVP of this season is after week 10. Because, you know, people said after a few weeks, Lamar, hands down. Then it was Josh Allen. Then it was back and forth, back and forth. And now, everyone's going back to one guy, Mr. Patrick Mahomes. Kansas City Chiefs. He's looked insane. Lock, is he your MVP right now?
Right now, yes. You look at the team he has. Lost Tyreek Hill.
Lost Tyreek Hill.
Right now, you know, he's playing exceptionally well. He's already at pretty much 3,000 yards. There's still 7 games left in the season.
On pace for probably 5,000.
Could hit it. And even without Tyreek, he's on pace for 50 touchdowns.
Oh my god, man. I don't know about 50. I don't think it's 50. Anyways, but fuck, he looks good, man. He looks fucking good. Lost Tyreek, like you just said. I mean, who's he have? He's got Juju. He's got Valdez-Scantling. Now he has Tony, who is a fucking big addition. He had a long run last game, few catches, touchdown, which was his first touchdown in his NFL career, which is crazy because he was fucking good last year, especially at the end of the year, but no touchdowns. No touchdowns, that was his first touchdown. Good for him. Their run game is below average, it's subpar. They've got a few different backs. They got Pacheco. They've got Clyde. I don't even know who the starter is. I mean, Pacheco's been getting the bulk of carries, but fumbled last game. Who knows? The run game will be an issue in the playoffs because in the playoffs, you got to bang out that run game to get through games too. Can't always be Patty. Anyways, I mean, fuck, he's my MVP. Fucking insane. The Chiefs are my pick to come out of the AFC. People always say, you know, it's the Bills' year. It's the Bills. Buffalo can do it. I don't see a world in which Buffalo does it this year. I just don't. I don't see it. Sorry to my buddy, but he's a huge Bills fan. I don't see a world in which they beat the Kansas City Chiefs and Mahomes. I don't see it happening. Anyways, I wanted to make a quick episode, talk about Week 10. I want to do this every week. But, guys, I said a last episode when I talked about UFC 281. If you're watching this, and you actually watch till the very end, like a true unanimous sports entertainment fan, you better be fucking subscribed. You better be subscribed. And you better like this video. And feel free to comment. Comment. Guys, I want you to comment. Who is your NFL this season, your NFL MVP entering Week 11? Is it Patty Mahomes? Is it Josh Allen? It's definitely not Lamar Jackson anymore. How about this one? Tyreek Hill, who's on pace to set a record for receiving yards in a single season on a new team without Patty Mahomes. Stay tuned. See you next week.